Live video is starting. I'm telling you, I think Facebook is having some issues. Oh, here we are.
Oh,
now we're live.
It worked this time.
All right, love ya. Bye.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Okay. Hello. This is Krista Rue.
Christina Rue. That was Dina Rue on the phone helping us with our technology.
Yeah, for some reason, Facebook was just sitting and spinning and spinning. So we got all the way out. Well, it threw us out.
Yeah.
So we got all the way back in. So our
it
topics,
seems to be working.
Yes, let's hope so.
Well, we need to clarify. When we say we're having computer issues, it's usually not our server or anything like that.
Because we have awesome IT.
It's usually our issues having to deal with the
computer.
Or
it's a VPN that a client set up that's not working correctly, that type of thing.
Yes.
But our stuff is fantastic. Thank you. From Ascent Systems. All right, so I'm going to go over our topics because I don't know what posted and what didn't. So our topics, this is number 55, and our topics are student loan repayment assistance, QuickBooks quick tips, and count your blessings.
Yes. Appropriate for Thanksgiving.
Now, the purpose of Saturday Solutions is to help small business on Small Business Saturdays. Every Saturday should be Small Business Saturdays.
Exactly.
Help your local community.
Yep.
But we try to help small businesses, managers of those small businesses, employees of those small businesses who want to become managers, and future owners of small businesses.
Because we believe everybody should own their own business.
Absolutely. And if you're participating in your local business community, you're making your community stronger, period.
Yeah.
Exclamation. Yeah.
Dot, to be continued, because you're always progressing.
Now, let's go over last week's topics. Last week, we talked about money savings, and we gave you some tools like the 30 envelope system or the 100 envelope system, or at least trying to get $1,000 set up in cash to keep at your house for a rainy day fund. So that if something happens, the car breaks down, you have money to fix it.
Exactly.
And it just takes a lot of stress off. It really does.
Yep. If
you have that liquid. All right. And then the second thing we talked about with all the parties coming up with the holidays, there's still, you're to be a professional and the proper etiquette when joining those events. And then we also talked about being calm, finding peace during the hecticness. Because it's fine to close your office doors and take 5 minutes to close your eyes, or if you're
refresh and
regroup, or if you just want to do a little devotional or just have complete silence, take some calm time, because that's what helps you deal with the chaos.
Yep, absolutely.
That's all. All right, so
this week's
topics number 1 is I have a client who's always looking for ways to help his employees and, of course, his small business, and he found this. So I want to tell all of our business owners, check with your accountant, but there is a program called Employer-Sponsored Student Loan Repayment Assistance. This is tax-free because the IRS does not consider the assistance provided by the employer to be taxable income to the employee.
That's amazing.
However, the maximum annual exclusion for educational assistance an employer provides per employee is $5,250 per year. So, what does that mean? That means if you have employees that are paying student loans, you as an employer can make a payment on their behalf directly to their institution that is financing this.
Yes, you can't put it in their paycheck
Cannot be in their paycheck.
and tell them to make it.
Right.
You as the employer
has to write the check to that financial assistance group. And it's then a write-off for the employer. The employee does not get taxed on that. So that's like bonus money to the employee that went towards their debt.
It helps reduce their debt, and it helps reduce and increase your expenses as the business.
Right.
So
So this is something I really, really suggest you talk to your tax professional, because we are not tax accountants. But when we find interesting things like this, we want to bring it to your attention so you can discuss it with your tax professional.
Right. And remember, anything you do for one employee, this can become an HR issue if you're helping one employee but not another with the same type of
can't be
education.
discriminatory. It's if you're going to do this, you do this for all eligible employees.
Correct. And you don't have to do the full amount. It's up to.
Right. Right. So if you want to do just, hey, you did a wonderful job on this project, give me the name of your financial institution or make a copy of that little coupon.
Yep.
And I'll make a payment on your behalf. So, but that was interesting.
Yes.
That's an interesting
That was
one.
a new one. We'd never heard of that one.
Nope.
So that was pretty cool.
Nope. Now, Christina, you wanted to, because we are QuickBooks professionals.
QuickBooks Pro advisors.
Yep.
And I realized, I'm like, Krista, we haven't been talking about QuickBooks. And it is the season, people. We're getting our books ready to wrap up for the end of the year. So I just wanted to kind of, probably for the rest of the year, we're going to do a QuickBooks quick tip in every session to kind of to help you.
Right.
And a lot of times people have issues with an account called undeposited funds. They either haven't turned it on, or they turned it on and
don't know how to use it.
And it's just accruing this huge big balance because all your payments go in there, but you've never made the deposit. And this is in, you should be using undeposited funds whether you're in QuickBooks Online or QuickBooks Desktop. The quick tip here I'm going to talk to you about is how do you turn on undeposited funds in your QuickBooks software. So you have to kind of find out if you're online, then you would go under that accountant settings button, and in your receivables, I think you can see then when that you make sure undeposited funds is clicked. Just a little toggle has to be turned on. And then if you're in desktop, you have to go to the edit preferences tab and then go to payments. And you have to be the administrator of the company to do this because it's a company setting.
It's a global setting. It's going to change it for everybody who uses it.
Because your tabs and preferences in QuickBooks Desktop can refer to just you as a user or the global system. That's everybody who's a user connected. So you have to be logged in as admin to turn this on if you didn't. So basically you go to that edit preferences, payments, company preference tab, and then you click in the box that says use undeposited funds as a default deposit to account. And then once you click it, you hit OK and you have to save it. And then it's turned on for everybody.
Right.
Now, why do you want to use undeposited funds versus not using it? When you get multiple checks, multiple credit card payments, that sort of thing that come in all at the same time, you have to make sure whenever you're, in order to reconcile, you're grouping the deposits you take the bank together. So that if you have 3 checks that make up $300, you have to put those checks in together. So it sits in undeposited funds, you check, and then make one deposit for that $300, and that goes in there. Same with credit cards. Most people's credit cards come in different, like either at the end of the day they Z out. Sometimes there's merchant processing fees, sometimes there isn't, but you need to have all your credit card payments together to match how it Z's out. So those are things you would definitely want to turn on undeposited funds for. Now, if every single time you're putting things in individually, you don't
You
need
don't need it.
undeposited funds turned
Nope.
on. I've met no business that does that.
No. No. I always like to, when I'm explaining undeposited funds, it's your bank bag.
Yeah.
So how are
You
you
take to the
arranging the items in the bank bag?
Mhm.
If you're paper clipping 6 checks together, then in QuickBooks there should be 6 check marks that's going to match that deposit.
Correct. Yep.
And that's it.
Yep. And whenever you go to the bank to make the deposit, that's when you make the deposit in QuickBooks.
Right.
You go under banking, make deposit, click off the checks that are going together, make sure it matches what's on your deposit slip, and then hit OK. And then that way your QuickBooks is now reflecting reality. You have checked off what's going to the bank, and then you're putting it in the bank. So those two transactions match.
Right. And it makes reconciling
So much easier. Yeah.
So much easier.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love these quick tips.
I know. I do too. Because like it's can be, if people don't know about that little shortcut, reconciling
Nightmare.
is tedious.
Nightmare.
Yes.
And I've seen people where I get a copy of their books and they've got $1 million sitting in undeposited funds. That's a problem.
Yeah, because now guess what? Your sales are overstated.
Yeah.
Because you received it as a payment in accounts receivable and you then deposited it straight into the bank as a sale.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So you duplicated your sales.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
Yeah, not a good thing. Not a good thing.
Yeah.
So, number 3.
Number 3.
Count your blessings.
That's a song. Count your blessings. One by one or something. I don't know. I can't remember how it goes. Maybe I should have researched that before I started singing. But yes, count your blessings. This is a great time to think about it because Thanksgiving, we just had the big holiday where you had your family and friends together. And this is just a gentle reminder to let you all know to enjoy. Enjoy. You should be enjoying your life.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Right. Whenever you're counting your blessings, it's really hard to be upset. When you're in a mindset of gratitude and, wow, look what I'll accomplish this year. So count your blessing. It means savor the victories you've already had.
Yep.
And learn from the defeats.
Yes.
The only way a failure is a true failure is if you don't learn from it.
Absolutely.
That's the only way.
And this is the thing. We don't always get what we want.
That's right.
Because there's something better coming along.
That's right.
And sometimes we forget that.
That's right.
So like, though you might have considered something a blessing and you didn't get it, there's something better coming for you. So like, you have to think to yourself, okay, that didn't work out. Let's figure out why. And maybe I can capitalize on that whole experience, what I learned from it. You know, maybe that wasn't to work out for me because I had to have an open spot in my calendar. Maybe you were
to learn from this so you can share it with a colleague who is about to make the same mistake you did.
Exactly.
You might be the messenger.
Correct.
So realize whatever happens, there's a reason.
Yep.
Don't get on that roller coaster.
Yep.
Just try to learn from life. That's it.
That's it.
Roller coasters are fun though. I gotta admit, when you're high, when you're low, not so much. Just not so much. But all right.
I don't like the click, click, click.
Oh, I know. When
to
you're
get
going
up there,
that's when I would get nervous. What if it doesn't click?
And we
go, boom,
backwards. Can't even see where I'm going.
No. So again, this time of season, count your blessings.
Yep.
And the people in your life, this is when I take an inventory. Are they a blessing to me? And if they're not, why not? Am I not being a blessing to them?
Yep.
So they're not reciprocating. So evaluate.
Absolutely.
Just because people are in your life for now doesn't mean they're going to stay forever. Some of them do. Some of them don't.
Yep.
That's it.
And like I like relationships, we've talked about this before, it's a gum band. Sometimes you're really close
That's
with
right.
people and then people drift apart, but then you become
Right.
close again.
It's true.
So like it's just count them up, people. Count them up. Because there's many wonderful things out there.
Yeah, because there are people that I might not talk to more than once a year, but as soon as we're together again, boom, it's back.
Yep. And the other thing I was going to say too is don't dwell on darkness. Because when you're counting your blessings, you can say, but don't dwell on that. Keep moving forward.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep. And like
be the light.
And I was going to say, not everybody is having a great time of it right now. So like you don't want to, I don't know what the right word for it is, but just kind of keep in mind
keep your antenna up.
Yeah. And if you have the opportunity to share those blessings, do it.
That's right. That's right.
There's nothing better than having the ability to be generous.
Yes. Yes. It's a blessing.
It is.
It really is.
Yep.
All right. So then we are HLC Bookkeeping and Office Services, 724-561-7458. Office
60-7460. 58, you'll get her directly.
Yeah.
Which is fine. She's a blessing to most people. To most people, you're a blessing.
Most people I am. Yeah.
Maybe if you're not a bossy little sister so much, but for other people, she's a great blessing.
Yes. I try to be. Not always, but I try. All right. So office at yourhlc.com.
Yep.
Website.
HLC Bookkeeping and .com. And remember, you have until December 1st to send us topics that you would like us to discuss off the cuff. We're leaving one space open from all the Saturdays in December so that we can talk about what you as the audience have wanted us to talk about or want us to talk about. We kind of get feedback. We've had feedback already. But remember, send it to office@yourhlc.com so Joyce can put it in the jar so we can pick it up and do it. Don't just tell us. office@yourhlc.com.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, I just think I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. You're ready for this upcoming month, and don't be afraid to reach out to others for help. A lot of times we think we have to do everything by ourselves. We don't. There's people who love you and will be more than happy to help you.
Yep.
That's all. Okay. Oh, I guess I'm
like, you're in charge of this.
Bye.
See ya.